Hello, my beautiful people. I hope you guys are doing great. So today I'm going to be sharing with you how to make your own antibacterial hand soap that you can use in your kitchen, in your bathroom. It's so easy to make. You can use ingredients from in your kitchen. And this will also save you a whole lot of money on buying hand soap. And I also use a herb from in my garden, which is lemongrass. So you can use lemongrass tea or any tea of your choice to make this soap. It's very versatile. I also have a second recipe that I'm going to share with you later. It is melt and pour soap. It's very easy to make in case if you don't want to deal with the lye, the chemicals and stuff. You can just get your melt and pour soap from Amazon. But the only thing is if you have allergies, because this particular melt and pour have coconut oil in it, then you have to do the other way. But anyway, so I got some lemongrass from my garden. I grow a lot of different herbs and then I dehydrated it. Usually I cut it up before I dehydrated it, but I've been so busy, so I didn't have time to cut it up. So I just went ahead and dried it just like that. And yeah, I just got some to make this tea for this soap. So if you get your lemongrass, make sure you cut it up before you dehydrate it. It will be easier for you to store. So anyway, I just poured some water and I let it steep for like 10-15 minutes slowly. And then I strain it up. Nothing special. Like I said, you can use any herb of your choice, but I chose lemongrass because of its antibacterial properties that it have. So you strain the tea, and the recipe for the soap is in this video. So just go ahead and screenshot it right here because it's just very easy, and then you can go ahead and get your stuff. So, but before you even start dealing with any lye or anything, I forgot to add that part to the video. I thought I was recording it, but it didn't record. You want to make sure you have your safety gears. You have your goggles. You have a good gloves, thick gloves, because you're going to be dealing with lye if you're making this soap. You have your goggles, you have your gloves, and you have a good N95 mask because you do not want to inhale any of the lye that you're going to be preparing. Now, I add salt to my soap because especially when I'm doing Castile soap, all my soap, I add a little bit of salt. It makes the soap last longer. It makes it harder, especially with Castile soap, because Castile soap, it takes time for it to really, really get hard. So I usually add pink salt. Some people add sea salt, but it's all up to you. And make sure when you are dealing with the lye, you have some circulation going. The tea, after I measure the tea, I make sure it is cold. Sometimes I put it in the freezer. So you can put it in the freezer. It can be frozen before you add the lye to it. But whatever you're doing, make sure you have some type of circulation, in the area that you're working in, because you just don't want to be in a closed area when you are dealing with lye and stuff. And make sure it don't spill on you or anything. So after I made the lye solution, I set my timer. I always set my timer to 30 minutes before I start mixing the lye solution with the oil. So while it's cooling, I make sure I have everything set, because when it's time to mix, it's time to mix. So I have my essential oils measured, everything measured on the side, just ready to go. So by this time, the lye solution have cooled down because it was 30 minutes and I was measuring the essential oils, and I just went ahead and got everything prepared to go ahead and mix it all up. Now, including in the 0.7 ounce of essential oils, I also added a little bit of neem oil. So you can do the calculation yourself if you want to do 0.2 ounces of lemongrass or 0.2 of tea tree. So you just kind of, play around with it. So this particular hand soap that I make for my family, for us to use, I just go ahead and play around with the with how much like lavender or lemongrass or neem that I want to add to it. Now, the thing is, you do not have to add any essential oil to it. So sometimes I don't even add essential oil at all to it, and sometimes I do. So it's all up to you. So but you can just go ahead and kind of, the oil in the play around with the recipe. You do not put the lye solution into make it your own. So this is what I do anyway, first. And then you just pour into it, and then I stir it in the lye solution first. You do not pull the lye, my hand mixer, the oil to mix it. But you don't, if you don't have a hand mixer, you can just keep stirring, that I always add until it gets a little thick, and then you pour it into the mold. I don't add the essential oil until yeah, pretty much. It's just a very simple recipe that anybody can make. And I decided, like I said, I decided to share this with you guys. One, because I made this recently for my family and I. And then two, when I talked about it in one of my videos, I had a request to share the recipe. So that's part of the reason why I decided to share that with you guys. So go ahead and make your own hand soap. This is going to last you a very long time. You can customize it to the way you want it. And if you have any type of allergies, that's part of the reason why I started making soap, because of my kids' allergies. So if you have any type of allergens and stuff, you can always take out ingredients and pour different ingredients in. I've been making soap now for, my daughter is what? So I've been making soap for 16 years. So yeah. Anyway, go ahead, make this recipe. Let me know what you think. I will see you guys in the next video. I will share with you guys the melt and pour soap, so you can make that if you don't want to go through this process. So stay tuned for that. Have a wonderful day, guys. Be safe. I will see you guys on the next video. Okay, let's try out our soap.